And I love this Starbucks story. I think it's great. It checks so many boxes of human behavior. But first, let's step back. Imagine this: you're walking into a store and nobody greets you, nobody says hi, and you go about, you do your business, do whatever, you pay, and you walk out, and nobody says goodbye, nobody says, "Hey, have a good one." Just silence. So what happened? It felt off, felt a little weird. It didn't feel right. Maybe there was some kind of tension after you walked out because of what? Because it's a social norm. We expect these things. We don't look at the hello and the goodbye and the have a good day as really authentic. However, it's an expectation. And when a social norm doesn't meet that expectation, we just feel a little bit off. So recently, Starbucks is trying to force that connection. And let's stick with the word force for a minute. By asking baristas to doodle on the cup. So instead of just your name, Dean, there'll be some sort of doodle. But it sort of backfired at first. Customers thought it was inauthentic. Baristas, they felt like they were being phonies, that they were being fake. It caused a little bit of employee stress. They had to come up with the doodle. It just wasn't a good thing overall. And a lot of customers just simply rolled their eyes. But let's travel 2 years into the future. And they've been doodling on your cup, right? Maybe you still, to some extent, think it's inauthentic. You don't pay that much attention to it. Occasionally you glance at it. But imagine that they stopped doing it. Just like that store that you walked in and out of and nobody greeted you or said have a good day or anything like that. If they stop doing it, the absence is powerful. And so what does that mean for Starbucks that is doing this and now getting backlash? Well, maybe they need to keep doing it. They need to create that social norm. They need to create that expectation where we expect it to be there. And that's the power, because then we look forward to it. Even though if we won't admit that 2 years earlier we thought it was a poor idea, we are going to get to the point, if they stick with it and don't, cave to immediate pressure. So that's sort of the trap, right? If we have forced authenticity, we cringe, right? But then if there's an expected ritual and it's absent, well, then we feel like we're shorted and we're actually insulted. So how can you use this, right, in your everyday, say, work life? Break the script. Instead of signing off best, Dean, or something like that, occasionally put something that's meaningful to what's going on in that situation, right? Break it up. And so you could sign off by saying, "Hey, that was a tough project. I know it, and I wanted to thank you."